How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. Thanks so much for taking time to speak with me this afternoon, your time. I super appreciate it. And we got a lot
Yes,
to
sir.
talk about, William.
Okay, good.
Okay, first of all, I like to talk about your three-volume set, which is going to be released on March 25th, which is next Tuesday. Of course,
Right.
there will be an album release party at Third and Lindsley in Nashville on St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th. And what can I say? This is good news, William.
Well, it's good news for us too. It's something we did in a pandemic. It's when we were shut down and told to go home and lock the doors and put on two masks. We after about a month of watching all the negative stuff on television and all the hate and violence coming out of television, I had to turn TV off and get away from that hate and get out under the trees here. And I'd had a vision to get together with my sons and record a project again. And it's all of these old songs that kept coming to my mind and over. I couldn't get them out of my mind. And I got my sons to come over and let's get around the piano and start singing these old songs, going back and visiting and harmonizing on them. And that's how it all started during the pandemic. And we started recording in 2020, the first week of August. And we recorded an album the first week, a gospel album. And then we went back in September and October and recorded a classic country album and a country rock album. So, and then I did an autobiography, a book during the pandemic, and I did an album with the Oakridge Boys. So I started and finished five major projects in 2020. And I took advantage of the time off when they sent us home and they told us that singers are unessential. It gave us an opportunity to get the family together and for me to share with my family just how essential they are in my life and that how much I need them. And I wanted them to come together with me and let's play some music and sing some old songs that brought us to this point in life and songs that we've loved all of our life. I sang The Long and Winding Road, the Beatles song. I sang an Eagles song called Take It Easy. That was the last song we did on 34 songs. It was two Eagles songs, Peaceful Easy Feeling and Taking It Easy. So we did old songs. We did Christopherson songs. Uh, we did Tom Petty songs. We did Bob Seger songs. And we did a lot of great old gospel and country songs. So we just we shut down and said, hey, let's get together today. And we got to get together every day and playing music and singing. And that's what we did with our family during the time of pandemic. And when we were all shut down, we made it we took a negative situation and turned it into a positive creation for us.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I have to say, all these songs are on this album, or on this album is going to be absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite songs that you guys did was "Come and Dine." I love that song. You know what? I must have played that song 50 times. My God, I don't know what it is with that song, but I love it. I absolutely love it.
I do too. It's a song that I've heard all my life, and it's a song that I sang as a little kid in
Wow.
church.
Oh yeah.
So that's where it all started with us as little kids.
And being a true person of the man upstairs and a true believer of the man upstairs, that sits very well with me.
It does me too. And again, that was one of of the first 5 songs that we recorded was coming down.
Wow.
I went back to the old gospel stuff that songs my mother taught us to sing. And it was a time of heartache and frustrations with us. My sons lost their mother during the pandemic, and she had pancreatic cancer, and so they were able to spend the last 3 or 4 months with her, and but we were working on pre-recording for these albums during that time. But it also was a time of healing after she passed, and we had mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual healing in our family, and that's what these old songs brought to us. The old gospel songs and old country songs and just classic old songs that we'd loved as a family through the years.
Wow. Well, God bless you, William, and very sorry for your loss. And my condolences go out to your family as well.
Yes, sir.
So,
my son, they're real talented. I'm proud of my sons. They get a lot of their talent from their mother's side of their family, and a lot from my side of the family. So I'm real proud of my sons, and they're extremely talented.
oh, as you should be, as you should be. Also, me and Bobby McGee is on this album, along with Four Walls. My goodness, and so many more.
Yeah.
Jambalaya. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, these are like these songs weren't made yesterday. They were recorded by other artists, but the way you guys cover them is absolutely amazing. I mean, you guys do an excellent job at covering these old songs. Now, some, we've heard before, like some you guys, other ones you guys are famous for. Well, when you were famous with the Oakridge Boys, one is Elvira, and Bobby Sue is on this album too.
Yeah, we cut those two. I let my kids and grandkids sing those 2 songs. Okay. And I sat there and applauded with them singing them. But it was my grandson Elijah. He sang on a couple of songs. He sang Elvira, and Elijah also sang "Stand by Me," the great old R&B classic song.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, my grandkids are also real talented. My sons are extremely talented, and to be able to get together with them and all of us from where we're all coming from, what we did is we pooled our thoughts and our visions and our feelings, and I wanted everybody to be able to sing songs that it touched them and their life too. It wasn't all about the songs that I grew up with.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, of course, as I just stated, you guys are going to be at Third Road in Lindsay on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Now the doors open at 6 and show is at 7:30. Correct?
Right. Yes.
So, and that takes place. Is that the name of the place, or is that the street? Hello.
Third in Lindsay. Lindsay. It's a club in Nashville. It's they got a nice stage there, and a lot of entertainers play that club. So I've been to shows there. I've been to a lot of different shows there, and so I'll be in there playing with my sons on the 17th. We're doing about 15 or 20 songs of the 34 that we've got recorded. We're giving them a sample from the 3 different albums that we have here.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic, and I'm sure the place is going to be jamming because you guys are going to be playing there, and I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to be thrilled to see you guys play.
Well, hopefully, some of our family for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, tell me about your, if I may I discuss your book?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, your book, Behind the Beard. Now,
Right.
of course, is this your whole life story as becoming a singer, and of course, becoming one of the great members of the Oakridge Boys and all that good stuff?
It is. Scott England helped me write my story. Scott is a successful writer.
All right.
Uh, he's a great writer. He's written about several other country music people, and but he had asked me maybe 6 or 7 times about wanting to write a book. Well, I didn't know that. I said, Scott, I don't know of anybody that'd want to buy a book of mine. He said, well, William, you've got a book. You've got a story to tell, and I'd like to be the guy to help you tell it. So we started talking, and he'd come over every day, and we'd sit for a couple of hours, and he'd set a little recorder there on the table right by him, and he'd talk to me and ask me questions, and we'd talk for an hour and a half or 2 hours. Then he'd say, well, I'll see you in 2 or 3 days. So he'd go and come back. He had more questions. And I told him, I said, you can talk to my singing partners. You can talk to any people I'm in business with. You can talk to my wife, my ex-wives, whoever, about who I am. Get everybody's story. I want you to get the truth here. So you're welcome to talk to anybody you want to talk to. So he talked to my wife, and he talked to my first wife, my ex-wife, and talked to her before. She was struggling with pancreatic cancer at that time before she passed, but he got to interview her 2 different days for this book, and she got into some stories that I would not have gotten into if she didn't get into them, but she told some stories of my unfaithfulness, and which was all true. And but like I said, there's some of those stories I certainly would not have gotten into myself if Frogene hadn't got into it. So she told some stories that happened between me and her and a friend of hers, a girlfriend of mine, and there's a lot of stuff that I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and so I've been guilty of trying to love 2 women, and I've had to pay the price for it.
I understand. And hey, we all make mistakes, there's nobody perfect, and I'm certainly not here today to condemn you on those mistakes because heck, I made mistakes in my life too. Maybe not the exact same as that, but hey, there's no one on God's green earth that's perfect. I mean, we all make our share of mistakes, right?
Yep, I made more than mine probably, but we
True.
do make mistakes.
Well, true. And hey, I'm here to basically promote your album, get to know you as a musician, and from the sounds of it, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, well, hey, I've enjoyed playing and singing all my life. I mean, I started when I was a little kid. My sister taught me how to play guitar and sing harmonies, and
Wow.
she was a little older. She was 3 or 4 years older, and she played mandolin, and she could play piano, mandolin, guitar, whatever she picked up, she could play. But she taught me how to play rhythm guitar, and we'd play and sing as little kids. When I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, we was playing on Granddaddy's radio show and
Wow.
singing in every little church around where I grew up in South Alabama, Northwest Florida. And from there, we'd sing in high school assemblies and different things. But as kids, we grew up playing and singing music, and we played country songs.